I don't mind it. I like it, but it is totally
It's
different.
like little. It's missing something a little bit.
Yeah. The magic.
I can agree with that. When you look at being an indie band, do you guys want to not be an indie band one day, or you just want to stay indie and continue on your journey? Because these days you can make it big as an indie band if you do the right things. Possibly even bigger than some of the other people out there.
Right. Yeah, I think that's the ultimate goal for us. Like we're very inspired by that indie template, by those big musicians that are, headlining festivals and everything, but they still own their stuff and they're still in control of themselves and they don't, have to answer to a label. I think that's definitely our ultimate, like, we like that we can experiment with different genres, and do different things and collaborate with whoever we want to and look however we want and say whatever we want. So ultimately, yes, that I would say that's
the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
I mean, if there was
be able to sustain a career and stay indie.
If there was a deal offered, I would absolutely read it.
Oh.
Listening, Sony and Columbia, huh?
Yeah.
I would read it. But yeah, Nikki's right. That's the goal.
Well, I think that some of the big labels are even starting to realize that it's no longer about them. It's about actually interacting with the fans and the artists being able to do that, right? It's not like Michael Jackson, who was basically on a leash and wasn't allowed to let his real greatness show through. And people can have opinions of Michael whichever way they want. When you look at the future, what would be the best gig you would ever dream of playing? What's your ultimate dream for gigs?
Super Bowl.
That's going big.
I don't know.
Super Bowl.
We were just watching some Super Bowl performances from the past, like Prince in the Rain and then Lady Gaga, and just like so epic.
Why
and
were
so
we
iconic.
even watching that?
I don't even know why we were watching that. Yeah.
We wanted to see
I'm a
Prince's.
huge Prince fan, so and Michael Jackson, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's a little rough. Maybe just the Grammys.
Grammys would be cool. Yeah. It's that gigantic place in London.
Edinburgh?
Is it
or Wembley?
Wembley.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to open for somebody at Wembley. Doesn't even have to be a headliner. So.
Why so small?
I don't dream
just
very.
Try to keep
I don't
realistic.
Dream very big, yeah. Trying to keep it
3
realistic.
sold out nights consecutively
At Wembley. Opening for.
Not opening. Screw the opening.
Okay, headlining.
Yeah, no.
Who's opening?
Paul McCartney
Who's
can open
opening
for us.
Oh.
There's a story about Kiss and there was it Pantera? Kiss opened for Pantera, and then a year later, I think it's Kiss, and then a year later, Pantera opened for Kiss. Something like that. It's either Kiss or Metallica, where they switched roles in 1 year.
Wow.
So, yeah, and it's one of the metal bands anyway, but yeah, there's no reason you can't go for your dreams. The fact of the matter, you said the Super Bowl. Why the F not? Like, really, why not? If somebody else can do it, so can you. I fully believe that. I'm an independent performer. I've been doing the same thing for 13 years. And this was a dream 2 months ago. But all of a sudden, I've got 20,000 watch minutes in a month. Who the heck is watching me for 20,000 minutes? That makes no sense.
That's awesome.
On this crappy little show. So go for your dreams. Just say, screw it, and don't worry about it. Your other songs, I'm assuming it's not just Liar. You've got other songs out there. Is there any other ones that you'd like to talk about and what they're about?
Oh my gosh.
Pick one.
Well, geez.
What's your favorite?
We have another single from the same EP, Tragedy of Physics. That's the 2019 EP. Beautiful World, and we made an indie music video to that one. There was no big film crew, no Bucharest, Romania location. It was just us
in our backyard.
With our iPhones.
In the woods, which you can see behind us.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Lots of trees out here in the rural Lake Erie area.
You're Canadian.
Yeah.
We're south. We're south. We're Ohio. We're in Ohio.
Yeah. We're on the other side of
We're in
it.
Ohio.
Oh, you're horrible people. No, I'm just kidding.
You can
Not
see
the best.
Canada from Vermilion, which is close to us.
Okay. I'm based out of Saskatchewan, so you have no idea where that is. But yeah,
No.
I'm middle of Canada. So.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Gotcha. We could be to Canada in about 2.5 hours.
Oh yeah, that's
I didn't
good.
know that.
So which song was it that you?
Sorry,
So,
sidetracked.
Sorry.
so it's called Beautiful World, and it was really, really hard making the music video. We used powder paint
Oh,
to get really cool shots, but it was like really messy and like dough in our eyes because we had to like cut it with flour. But
It
the
was
song,
humid.
the song is about, it's at face value, it sounds like a happy poppy up tempo song. But really the underlying message is, optimism versus false optimism, and like how much of, turning a blind eye is a good thing. And then like, kind of just with everything going on in the world right now, like I meant it when I wrote it a few, about over a year ago now. And like, now it's just like amplified. And it's just really weird. It was weird to perform it the other day at the live stream.
so where does it come from? Where does your music actually come from? Is there a muse out there for you, or is it?
Soul.
My soul.
Period.
That's the best answer. It really is.
I think that's the truth. That's as honest as I can be.
Yeah.
So-
So,
You
yeah.
can say something else if you would like, but that's the truth.
We do. This is definitely a joint effort. I would say I'm probably like the primary songwriter, and yeah, I write from within like personal experience, and then just the things that affect me that I see, in a grander scale, like in society and stuff.
And I help her hone it in a little bit.
Yeah, reel me in, because sometimes I go off down tangents that don't need to be gone down, and
Like don't kill kittens or something like that.
like it's not gonna. Nobody's feeling this.
Maybe they are. Maybe that's where the connection lies.
Maybe
be.
he's stifling me.
Huh?
Where do people find your stuff other than your website, which is scrolling below everybody? Where do
Yes.
people find your stuff?
So we are on all the like major platforms. As far as the socials go, we've got Facebook, we have Instagram, we're on Twitter, and we're just figuring out TikTok. Oh, it's a little rough.
Questionable.
then- Yeah, we've got YouTube, and of course on our website you'll be able to find all of that. You'll find all our music on Spotify and iTunes and Apple Music and everything else. So
And
we're just
everywhere
out
else.
there.
Google.
Yeah, Google.
So as we continue on, I asked you where it comes from, and you said your soul. Now, what do you actually mean by that? Because a lot of people look at music and specifically pop music, and there's a lot of it has nothing in it. It's just shake the booty, no pain, no sorrow, and they can't connect with it. Especially the newer stuff. Whereas the older stuff had you look at Madonna, she generally had a message in her songs. Cyndi Lauper, she had a general message in her songs. So does the soul actually add to that? Sorry if I make weird question, but
No,
Is
that's a
that-
good,
I like that
that's a good
question.
question. And if you want to take it, you can take it, or I'll take it.
You take it because you're the one who said my song.
All right. Here's the thing is with Nikki is her songwriting. I've been around a lot of musicians. I'm not just saying this because she's my wife, but I've been around a lot of musicians, and yeah,
Yeah, easy.
a lot of people who have wrote songs, and 7-piece band who all put in their ideas, and the songwriting that is within her is natural. I feel that she was born with the talent that she's honed in over the years.
Thank you.
And that it's just natural in her. It wasn't taught. Like, you can teach anybody who's willing to learn how to put together a pop song like you're talking about with no feeling. And you got to have this, you got to have that. This synth is cool now. This is cool now. You can teach that. But I feel like Nikki has something that can't be taught. Which is why she's such a special songwriter, and the soul is what came to mind. I
Okay.
don't really know what else
I like it.
have it as.
Thank you.
But yeah,
That's really sweet.
that's the truth.
That means a lot.
So yeah, that's what I mean by it. She probably would have never said that, but
That'd be probably weird.
yeah, but hey,
I feel I have a natural talent. That would sound really bad, right? But
Some people might get away with that, but not me.
She does.
So when you are doing this, ideas obviously come from external things that have happened. Do you ever feel, this is a weird one, and spiritual is not the right word, but do you ever feel a spiritual connection to something else out in the world while you're writing, while you're creating stuff? And I don't mean God necessarily, but the Greeks had their muses, right? And could you describe how it feels, if that's actually how it happens?
So for me, I don't really talk about this that much because I feel like it's just kind of weird. But I experience chromesthesia with music, where when I hear music, I see visuals of colors and shapes and patterns. And I definitely hear it in other people's music, but it's also like a big time part of the songwriting process for me. And honestly, I kind of low-key thought that everybody experienced this, and I still do. I think that maybe just people aren't like picking up on it, maybe. But like for me, when a song comes to mind, it's, you know, it's a feeling first, and then the feeling takes a shape. And then I have to get that shape to be reflected in the sound. So it's almost like there's this this template in my head, like before it comes out. And that like especially comes into play when we're working on arranging and producing and like what sounds we're going to use, because like especially like big synths have like really strong visuals, you know, like of like the right color or the wrong color or the right shape or the wrong. And so I like when you speak of that, where it's just this, it's like this other like dimension basically that it's coming from. And, you know, I know when it's right and I know when it's wrong.
Other people have to take drugs to experience that.
I will never take drugs because I'm afraid that I'm just like my normal like base default level is like other people on shrooms.
As someone who has taken drugs, I understand fully.
Cool.
But it's funny that you bring that up. And the reason I said spirituality or whatever is because who knows? But it's been passed down through generations that's kind of how people connect with each other, right? It's the hokey pokey of whatever's out there and how we become one as humans. Man, that's a weird sentence.
We know what you mean.
Yeah, it's the connection. It's the connection that we all feel as human beings and as earthlings or whatever else we are. So, wow. When you look back on your album and your EP, is there anything you would change after the fact? Is there anything in your story that went in there or didn't go in that you think should have or shouldn't have?
Yeah.
Just more
little
than
things,
me.
just little things where, and I feel like this is a process where and he's helped me. I mean, you just saw how he like was just super like positive and like reinforcing. Like him doing that for me has like helped my confidence level in like making the choices that I know I should make based on what's going on in my head. And, you know, we've collaborated with people in the past and worked with people. And, you know, as we've learned and honed our own like recording skills, I mean, that took a while. So it's always been collaborative, and it's been great collaborating with other people. But I've also like sort of not trusted my instincts along the way and like let other people kind of put their own spin on it. And sometimes it's super cool. And then there have definitely been times when I'm like, oh, kind of like now in retrospect, I probably should have like stuck with my instincts. But, you know, it's subjective stuff, and I'm still very proud of everything we've done. And, you know, we just keep getting better. That's what excites us to just like, now we're working on a new EP. You know, we want to do something even better, or like even closer to like what we really want to say.
That's awesome. Do you have babies yet or anything like that? Awesome.
7-year-old boy.
Yes, 1 7-year-old.
Awesome. I've got 3 of my own. The reason I ask that is because one of the greatest things that my grandfather ever did was teach me how to sharpen a scythe for mowing hay. I know that's weird, but
That's
it's
cool.
one of the most valuable things that I ever got from my grandpa. When you look back at your younger years, do you think it led you on this path of being musicians, of being indie artists? Do you see it happening in your youth, or was it an adult decision to do this?
Youth, big time. Yeah, for both of us. Like pretty much as long as either of us can remember, music was that sort of spiritual thing, it's like, whoa, this is different. Like even as a 5-year-old. And then like for me, by the time I was like 11, 12, I was like, okay, pop music, like I want to do that, and I want to make that my life. And I love these albums and I love these artists that are on the radio. And I think for John, his dad would take him to, rock shows and like Guns N' Roses, and it was like life altering.
A lot of concerts at an early age that maybe I shouldn't have been at in retrospect, but
yeah, I don't like feel like it is a decision for a lot of people. Like in art in general, it's just kind of like something you're compelled to do, and it's just really awesome when you're able to like have that be your living,
Mm-hmm.
But we would be doing music no matter what.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's just a weird question. On that note, is this something that you're planning on passing to your child, this love of music and stuff like that? Because you got it from your father, right? So,
I think we already have. He takes piano lessons now.
Yes, from this adorable, amazing lady. She's in her 70s, Mrs. G, and she's very strict.
And she's been doing this for how many years?
Forever, like 50 years or something.
She's very good.
And right now we're doing it virtually because of what's going on. And, it's because he's 7, it's like requires kind of like I have to oversee his practices and everything. But it's like awesome to spend the time with him and then to just see his mind grow and see it like click for him and just feel like, I kind of like wish I had that when I was that age. But, at least I can do that for him.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We're at 26 minutes. Where can people find your stuff one more time? We only go for 30 minutes, so we got 3 minutes left. Where can people find your stuff one more time, just to make sure that we know?
Promotion time.
Okay, so we are Hooked Like Helen, hookedlikehelen.com. We just got it redesigned and we're super happy with it. It looks great. Instagram is my personal favorite social media. And then we've got Facebook and Twitter and TikTok. If somebody could show us how to use it, that'd be awesome. Like, what the heck
TikTok
is that? And then we are on YouTube.
Oh,
What was
go
that?
ahead. Sorry, I'll talk about TikTok afterwards. Finish the plug.
We're on YouTube. We are on Spotify. We are on Deezer. We're on Apple Music, iTunes, all of it, really.
What the hell's Deezer?
I don't know, but people overseas are into it.
You know what's weird? I've got 700 Turkish people that watch my show. I can see where they're from. And I'm...
Wow.
Anyway.
That's amazing. We got to spend not much time, but a little time in
the Istanbul airport.
Yeah.
When we were doing the music video.
And it was wonderful.
Amazing. It was beautiful.
It's really strange the people I connect with. Anyway, so the thing I was going to say about TikTok is you've got a 7-year-old kid there.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have a TikTok celebrity. Go for it. Just every video, you and him doing stupid stuff, that's TikTok, right?
That's
Get mom doing dance, get dad doing stupid dance, get it out there.
No, he'd be into it. He'd be into it.
I know. He started scrolling through it with me and like watching like people like make their cats dance. He's
Yeah.
like, I want to see more. Like, I got to turn this off.
Awesome. The last question I ask every guest I have, I start this question with a question of the week. I end the show with a simple question. What's one thing you've done today to make yourself happy? And I don't mean anybody else. I just mean yourself. And it can't be this interview.
Very good question.
Okay. You go first.
And since you're a couple, let's keep it on the level.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I thought of mine
God.
already. I worked out to some music really loud in the morning. That makes me happy.
What have I done today?
Well, you still haven't do it. That's sad.
Yeah, I don't think I've done it yet. I mean, I took
Okay, what are you going to do?
You took a shower.
I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna do something to make myself happy after this. Thank you for reminding myself that I have not done that for myself yet today.
It's important. It's important.
It is important.
So guys, I want to thank you for coming on. One last time, everybody, Hook Like Helen. It's below there. Thank you. I'll keep you on for about 3 minutes afterwards to just chat. And I'm going to end the broadcast. So I'm going to ask you to say bye-bye to everybody. Everybody,
Bye.
go buy Spotify and look Hook Like Helen, wherever it is. Bye. Come on, broadcast.